please continue with your questions.
Okay, ma'am. Can you please walk us through your early education and childhood days?
Well, my childhood and school life was like any other kid of a middle class family back then. I was the eldest in my family, and I have three siblings. So my father was the only earning source. So, like any middle class family, education was given prime importance uh, for all of us. I started my schooling from St. Vincent Convent School in Balasore, that is in Odisha. But due to some family issues, we shifted to Bhadrak, which is a very small town in Odisha. And I continued my school, in Government Girls High School, Bhadrak, which is a state board school. After my schooling, I continued my plus two from Bhadrak College. It's again in Bhadrak. So it was a very small town at that point of time, some 20-25 years back. Right from my childhood, I was very good in studies. So my parents were never worried about that. Apart from studies, I very rarely participated in extracurricular activities because most of my time was concentrated or focused on studies. But yes, I was very good in GK. So I used to participate in all sorts of general knowledge quizzes or competitions and all those things. As far as my family life is concerned, I was lucky enough to have a very supportive family who stood by me whenever and whatever decisions I took or whatever I did in my life. And as far as my schooling and education part is concerned, as I told you, I was good in studies. So yes, throughout my career, like the study part was well accomplished. And then I also would like to mention that in my 10th board exam, I was the only student and first student to score 100% in math subject post the curriculum change. Like it was a syllabus change some 2-3 years back. So I was the first and only student back then. So that was also an achievement which I cherish, till date. So yes, these are very, brief, information about my career and sorry, my schooling life. And some of my teachers have played a vital role in shaping my career as well as my, profession, my life. So yes, I whatever I am today, there are few people or few teachers who have played a very important role because of whom I am here today. So that's what is about my early life.
How did you decide to join NIT Rourkela and pursue the ceramic engineering branch?
That is a big story. Actually, after my 10th, 12th exam, when I appeared this JEE, I was selected in both medical and engineering. My father wanted me to be a doctor, whereas I had no interest in medical. So somehow I could convince my father that I wanted to continue engineering. And finally he agreed. Uh, uh, Unlike you people, with this high tech and online things, back then the counseling was, used to be conducted at Bhubaneswar. So, and it used to continue for 2-3 days. So when I went there and I went through the counseling process, uh, I was interested in taking electronics, that to either NIT or UC Bulla or CT, all the government colleges. But unfortunately, all the electronic seats were filled up. So, what next? So I was getting like mechanical, metallurgy, chemical, and all this in NIT. At that time, one of my youngest uncle, he was a student in NIT Rourkela. So he said, doesn't matter what branch you get, you just join NIT Rourkela. So I had 3-4 options to join, and ceramics was a new thing for me. I had very little knowledge about ceramics, but it was sounding something new. So I at the counseling dice, I was like discussing with my father, "Hey, Papa, let me take this branch. Let's see what it is." Papa said, "Are you sure?" Like even the counselor, he was surprised. Do you know what is ceramics? And all these things, because none of the NIT or IIT was offering ceramics then, and it was only NIT Rourkela. Then I said, no, it's something new. I just wanted to take this brand. That's it. So I had made up my mind. So I ended up taking ceramics, that too in NIT Rourkela. So that's how I joined ceramic engineering in NIT Rourkela. So it was not by prime choice, but yes, the decision I took at that point of time or on the spot, I think it was the right decision.
Ma'am, were there any challenges you faced during your academic journey at NIT Rourkela, and how did you overcome them?
Some of the challenges, like as I told you, I was from a very small town, and I was from state board school and a college where most of the time the communication mode of communication was Odia rather than English. So when I joined NIT, the first challenge that I faced was the communicating with others, because there were students from all over India and few from abroad also. So yes, that was the first challenge I faced, and I was very introvert at that point of time. So and since I was from a girls' school, like talking to boys was also a little bit difficult for me. So complex initially. I used to stay alone, not talking to others, and all these things. But then um, I didn't want to give up. This was my decision, and I thought, like I just can't give up. I have to accept this as a challenge and overcome this. So I started mingling with my friends who are good in spoken English. Luckily, the friend circle that I had was from all over India, and my Hindi was extremely poor at that point of time. I couldn't speak in Hindi also. So luckily, the friend circle that I had, they helped me a lot in improving myself. And within a span of maybe few months, I improved and my confidence level increased. So yeah, that was the biggest challenge I faced in my starting days. Apart from that, I don't think I faced any other challenge, because as I told you, I was good in studies, so that was not an issue. Though we were the third batch of this ceramic engineering. So when we went in the second year, when we went to the department, it was a very young department. So everything was new, and infrastructure was still being built. So yes, second year was little bit challenge in the sense the most of the labs were not ready by that time. We had to go to some other labs or other departments. But then Professor R.K. Sinha was the HOD when we joined. I can say one of the best teacher I have ever come across. And we were fortunate enough to have him as an HOD as well as a teacher who took few of the subjects, including thermodynamics. So, and back then we have very few professors like Shantanu sir, Shantanu Bhattacharya sir, then Pratya sir was new, Bera sir, Adat sir. So they were, they were always like our, what I should say, instead of teachers, they were like big brothers who took care of us, because it was a new department and the syllabus were still being finalized, what to teach and all these things. So yes, they took care of us like anything. And at that point, at that time, the batch strength was only 15, but we used to have 10 to 11 or 12 students per batch. So since it was a small batch and teachers were also very young and very limited, so we, instead of having a teacher-student relationship or senior-junior relationship, we were more like a family. And I think that helped us, being a third batch, the 2 year seniors we had and the teachers we had, that helped us. Luckily, we didn't face any issue during the 3 years in the department. And by the time we were in the third year, most of the things were set in place. So we didn't have any such challenge then. But yes, since it was a new department, still people thought when we talk about ceramics, they used to think it is either brick and cement or sanitary ware. So at that point of time, it was not known completely what ceramics is and what it is into. So slowly, people started, acknowledging it as a one of a very important stream. That goes, I mean, all the credit goes to the teachers, the faculties we had at that point of time, or subsequently who joined. So that's it. Other than that, I think it was a roller coaster ride for me.
Ma'am, for about 9 years, you have been working at JSW Steel. How has your experience at JSW Steel been so far?
I joined JSW in 2015. In fact, me and my husband, we both joined together. Um, when I joined, it was 12 million, like it was 10 million ton plant, and within 2 years it became 12 million ton plants, and very soon we are going to be 18 million ton plant. It is one of the largest integrated steel plant at single location in India now. So I am very proud to be a part of this organization because it is the fastest growing organization in India at present. When I joined JSW, I joined R&D, and in R&D, I was looking after the refractory technology. So I was the only refractory expert in R&D, and when I joined, I had to, take care of the entire refractory of entire plant, starting from your pellet plant, iron zone, then steel zone, then mills. So it was huge plant and huge area, but I was the only person. But then, yes, I could do justice to whatever the organization has demanded for. And while I was in R&D, I established and this refractory lab or refractory testing facility at JSW. We didn't have at that time. So the lab was established and the testing facilities were also standardized and trainings were provided. So from 2016 onwards, we started having testing and analysis of refractories, incoming refractories as well. So other than that, I got an opportunity to be a part of various programs that JSW, tailor makes for its employees or high performers. So I have been fortunate enough to be a part of Future Fit Leadership Program or Springboard Program or a Technical Leadership Program from various institutes like Carnegie Mellon or IIM Bangalore or ISB, currently from BITS Planning. So yes, these programs has helped me a lot, and it not only has improved my confidence level or my competency level, this helped me to have a fast growth in the organization as well. So within last 8 years, my growth has also been quite fast. And I have been given a lot of assignments and high responsibilities and roles as well. So yes, I can say it has been a very rewarding 9 years of experience, and it is still continuing, and a lot of learning, a lot of exposure, which I hope continues in future as well.
Ma'am, you worked as the senior manager at the refractories division at Tata Steel for 5 years. So, how was your experience there, and why did you leave Tata Steel?
I joined Tata Steel after my MTech from IIT Kharagpur. So when I joined Tata Steel, I didn't have any experience in steel making industry. After my BTech, I joined IFGL Refractories as a GET, but it was for a very brief period, maybe for 1.5 or 2 years. So while in IFGL, I was again in R&D taking care of the continuous casting refractory for steel industries, but it was again development front. So as far as directly, being associated or getting exposure to steel industry, I didn't have any. So when I joined Tata Steel, again, I joined refractory technology of R&D, and the first challenge I faced was to understand the steel making process, because if you don't know the process, you can't do any research, or you can't provide any solution, right? So we use the solution provider, or technical expert for the organization. So the first 2 years, um, I spent most of my time on the shop floor in the all three SMSs they have, or LD shops they have, and I tried to learn a lot as far as the steel making process is concerned. And whatever I learned in the those 5 years stint in my at Tata Steel, a lot of credit I can say, I must say it goes to manager who was Dr. Atanu Pal. So he ensured that I become an expert in the tractor technology in steel industry. So he was very instrumental in my this growth and all. So because of that, within 2 years, I was leading the refractory technology group for steel mills. So that the team that I was leading. So yes, a lot of things I learned in Tata Steel, and whatever I have achieved today, I think that was the stepping stone, or the base for my career in steel industry. So yes, Tata Steel has been very, it will always be a special part of my career. I left Tata Steel because it was a strategic decision that me and my husband, we took. He had already spent almost 15 plus years in Tata Steel. And we were looking for some change, and we wanted to join some organization where we both can move together, because at that time my son was very small, and I had joined back just post maternity leave. So we wanted to go to a single organization where we both can work together. So at that point of time, after Tata Steel, the only company which was doing good was JSW Steel. So we decided we will be joining this, and now I feel that we did the right decision at the right time.
Ma'am, you have been working as the Deputy General Manager of SMS Process Control for more than a year. So, what is your current role about?
Um, well, the Future Fit Leadership Program. So as a part of this Future Fit Leadership Program of JSW, we can go for any role change. We can, either the organization can ask for a role change, or we can request for a role change based on our expertise and experience and all. So most of my career had been into R&D, like when I started from IFGL till from IGL to CGCRA, then Tata Steel, then again in JSW. So every time I was mostly into research or R&D. Now, after so many years of experience, I wanted to move to the managerial position. And I also wanted to go to the mainstream. So after this FFL program, I approached my senior leadership that I want to go to the mainstream. And based on my expertise and experience, process control of SMS was best suited. So I was offered and I also wanted that. So in 2020, I moved from R&D to operation as process control in charge of one SMS. But within 1 year, I became process control in charge for all the 3 SMSs we have here. So my team basically, I have a team which caters to SMS 1, 2, 3. And the process control team takes care of designing and developing processes for the SMS. So all process starting from pre-treatment till it is the casting, or you can say the slab yard. So there are different processes involved. So designing, stabilizing the processes, then improving the process deviation, or minimizing the process deviation or quality deviations, improving the qualities. Then if we develop any new grade, then the process has to be developed, right? So developing a process for a new grade, and then again stabilizing, giving training to the operators and all these things, developing SOPs for all the processes, conducting trial and doing failure analysis, generating daily or timely based MIS for SMS. So all these things are being taken care of my team. And in addition to that, my team also gets involved in the TQM activities, because we are a Deming awarded company, and we are very soon going for Deming grant. So my team also is associated with this DM activities and TQM related activities. So that's how the process control team, functions in SMS, and I lead that team.
Ma'am, you were also a researcher at the CSIR CGCRI Kolkata for 5 years. So please shed some light on the experiences there.
As I told you, I joined IHGL as a GEP, but I was there for a brief period. I left IHGL because of some health issues. So after I left IHGL, I joined as a researcher. I joined CGCRI as a researcher, and it was again a preference because I was getting offers from other CSR lab, but Calcutta was a hometown for me, in the sense my father used to work there. So we have our home there also. So I chose to join CGCRI. I joined the bioceramic division there, and I joined under Dr. D. Basu. He is no more, but he was the head and one of the eminent scientists globally, who was an expert in bioceramic area. So I was directly working under him. I was fortunate enough to be associated with him, and under his guidance, I learned what is research and how research should be conducted. And he was such a gem of a person and a researcher, and he was instrumental in, I can say, giving me so much of exposure towards not only in CGCRA but all CSR and other labs across the globe. So I got a chance to work with many researchers, and as I told you, I was working in bioceramic division. Sorry. Sorry. So I was working on a subject which is known as biomimetic. Within a very short time, like, within, I think, 2 years or so, I was a well-known figure in the field of bioinformatics in India. So he wanted me to be known as an expert in this field, because he was the person who started this biomimetic process in India, and I was working with him. So he wanted me to be an expert, and uh, I never let him down. And I can say, as I told you, there are few people who have been very instrumental in shaping my career. He was one of them. So yes, he is no more, but I owe a lot to him as a researcher. So that's how, like, I learned a lot of things related to bioceramics, because when I left NIT Rourkela, I didn't know anything about bioceramics. But that at that point of time, bioceramics was not that popular. In fact, it was not popular at all. But slowly, the concept came to India, and he was the person who started bioceramics in India. So yes, to be a part of his team and working in his team, it was a great experience.
Ma'am, you got your MTech from the IIT Kharagpur. What was your thesis topic and how was your experience there?
CGC understood that no, it was becoming very competitive. So I had to upgrade myself, right? With just a BTech and few years of experience, you can't survive. So I decided to go for my master's, and luckily I got a chance in material science department in IIT Kharagpur, and uh, uh, there I continued the ceramic engineering, and my MTech thesis was on uh, uh, Tundish refractory and steel interaction. It was related to the steel refractory interaction, and it's not generic steel grade. It was some specific steel grades. So the interaction study and the kinetics and thermodynamics of that. So it was basically a Tata Steel collaborated project. So that's how I came to be associated with Tata Steel, and I did my this MTech thesis under the guidance of, again, Dr. Atanu Ranjan Pal from Tata Steel, and Dr. Devasis from IIT Kharagpur, who was my MTech thesis guide. So it was again, that's how I got exposed to the steel making process a very little bit. And while doing my MTech, I got married, and my husband was coincidentally in Tata Steel. So the subsequent journey was easy for me to get into Tata Steel. But yes, as far as MTech and my stay at IIT Kharagpur is concerned, yes, one of the very, like, I used to hear about it, that IIT Kharagpur is one of the oldest campus and one of the best campus in India and all. But and from CGCR, I had visited a lot to IIT campus. But as a student, when I joined there, I understood why people talk about it, and why it has its own charm, and its own uniqueness. So yes, I was lucky to be a part of such a great institute, and great faculties. Again, not only in material science department, the other departments also. And one of the best part I found in IT was, whenever I used to go to any other department to use their facilities during my MTech thesis, I was welcomed by all. I was supported and guided by other experts or faculties. So yes, very learning experience, and very good experience. I think you people also should try and do some course at IIT Kharagpur.
Ma'am, what are some of the fond memories you had during your 4 years at NIT Rourkela?
Oh, there are so many. The list will be never ending. But yes, to start with the main building. I don't know after NIT it has changed or not. Like at that point of time, we used to have one main building where we used to have this first year classes. So all the branches of the classes being conducted there, that building. Then after that, the canteen. And then, of course, my department, which was very young, and most of our, time, even if we didn't have class, we used to sit and chat and gossip and do lots of things, and then discuss about our, like what to do next, who will go for studies, who will go for the job, and a lot of things we used to discuss. And then I don't know if you still those names are there. The check post and back post. I mean the check post back post means the main gate, the main entrance, and the back side and that thing. So we used to spend a lot of time there. Then yes, the first year was mostly I started improving myself and developing myself. The second year and third year was mostly networking and understanding because as I told you, I was from a very small town. So understanding the world, understanding people from other states and regions. So and final year again, it was campus, campus, campus. At that point of time, the campus used to happen only in final year. So, and then the send-offs, the farewell parties and all these things. And yes, I still remember the movies we used to go. Don't tell to Shantanu sir. The movies we used to go, bunking the seasonals and lot of memories. The Radhika and Sector 2. I think it's very nostalgic. Yeah. Whenever I go to the campus, I still remember those points. Other than that, one of very fond, like I also fond one of thing that I would like to share with you all is, all the faculties have been, they have played a key role in some way or other. But Shantanu Bhattacharya sir, who was my BTech guide also, he has a special space in my life, in the sense he is a perfectionist. So everything he does or he wants his students to do, like it has to be perfect. So whenever I used to do something and if there is any mistake, he used to be a great critic. He wanted me to be perfect in everything, and he never minded in being a critic and pointing it out that this could have been done in this way, you did this way, you could have done in this way. And I remember there was a time when he was just discussing something with me just beside the notice board, ground floor, and it was final year. And I had already scored, and all of my friends, we had got campus interview. So only and the current semester, the 7th semester and 8th semester was pending. So he called me and said, Sanghamitra, I don't want anything from you. You just score 85%. So I said, sir, why are you saying like that? So he said, no, I have a fear that now that like in entire my career, I had never scored less than 90%. So he said, I have a fear now that all your friend circles, these people have got jobs, and this is final year. Now you'll be into a different mode and the life. So I have a fear that your percentage or percentile will slip. I said, sir, okay, fine. So I promised him that no matter what happens, I will score more than 95%. So, and I did that, and he was so happy. Why I'm saying that is, had he not told me that at that point of time, maybe I would have scored less than 85%. So maybe he understood that it is the right time I should, say this to her so that she performs. So and during my project also, during the class also, he had been one of our greatest critic and professor, and I still owe him and look him as a role model in my life. So these are I think which I'll cherish, and of course the girls' hostel and the night outs and the Maggie.
Ma'am, what piece of advice would you like to give to all the students pursuing ceramic engineering?
uh, Generation now. The first thing you should keep in mind is that the stream that you have selected is as good as any other stream in the world or in engineering. So you should never feel that I chose ceramic. No, I chose ceramic as I told you, it was a spot decision. But then when I started a second year, third year, and then I went to my professional career, I understood that I wanted to be in this core field. And there are so many opportunities available now. Like when I was in BTech, the opportunities were very less, but now there are ample of opportunities. So keep in mind that this is one of a very good stream that you could have selected. My second piece of advice would be try to make your basics and fundamentals strong. So after your BTech or MTech, doesn't matter whatever field you go in ceramics, you will excel. And my third advice would be whatever field you choose, whatever role you take up in your career, in a professional career, try to excel in that and be an expert so that people recognize you as an expert. So decision is yours, which field you choose based on your the opportunities available, but doesn't matter whatever decision you take, try to excel in that field. And not only in India but globally, try to establish yourself. That's the only thing I can suggest you people, and do a lot of networking. That is very important nowadays. So keep networking.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was indeed a pleasure to hear your story. Now we would like to proceed to our Q&A session. If anyone wants to ask any questions, they may raise their hands and we will take them one by one.
Ma'am, I had a question that we have our placement season going on, and many students are hesitant to take core jobs because of their pay scale and working conditions. So, ma'am, what would be your advice for those students?
um no, I think they I don't know about other core industries, but as far as steel industry is concerned, particularly Tata Steel and JSW, since I have been a part of it. So for tier one colleges like IITs and NITs, the pay scale is very good. So it is at par with the IT industries, I must say. So I don't think you people being a part of an IT, you should be worried about. Particularly, I'm talking about the Tata Steel and JSW if they are coming for campus interview. Yes, you can without any fear you can sit for it. As far as other core industries are concerned, I don't have much idea. But if anybody is having any knack for this core sector, uh, pay scale can be, can improve once you join and excel and based on your performance. Let me tell you, when I joined as a GT, you know what my pay scale was? My monthly salary was 5,500 gross. Okay. And net, I used to get 3,500 or 3,750 rupees. Okay. So it's not that, but again, your pay package will improve as you perform if you feel that. But I don't think in today's scenario, the pay package is not very less as compared to IT sector. But yes, there may be some disparity, but this can be made up once you join the industry and perform and get good ratings, and your pay package gets revised accordingly. So I don't think that should be any constraint for you people. And most of the manufacturing units, they are giving other benefits also, which will be, which will also be taking care of your overall CTC. So yes, you have to just take a call.
Thank you, ma'am. If anyone has questions, they can unmute themselves and ask. Else we'll proceed with the vote of thanks. Okay, Devank, you may proceed with the vote of thanks.
So, as we have come to the end of the session today, I would like to take the opportunity to extend my heartfelt gratitude on behalf of everyone present here to Miss Sanghamitra Ma'am, who graciously accept our invitation.
Smriti, do you have any question? You can unmute yourself and ask. Hello, Smriti, am I audible? You are muted, Smriti. You can unmute yourself. Okay, I guess he has some connectivity issues. Devank, you may proceed.
Who graciously accepted our invitation and took some time from her busy schedule and joined to us in this session today. We are very grateful to you for sharing with us your insightful and inspiring thought and experiences. It was a great experience to listen to you today. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you. My
ma'am.
pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.